Some houses hold memories of lives once lived, whispers of the past that linger in the air. But there are houses that harbor darker secret shadows that reach beyond mere history. This house, hidden away and forgotten, waits silently, ever hungry for the next soul to wander in. Sara stepped into her grandmother's old house, an inheritance that had been untouched for years. A house cloaked in an unsettling quiet seemed to breathe with an ancient, eerie stillness. Shadows from the setting sun stretched long and thin across the dusty floor, hinting at the secrets buried within. As Sara began to unpack, the house creaked and groaned, not just from age, but from something more sinister. Shadows flickered at the edge of her vision, fleeting and elusive. Each creak seemed to echo with a hidden menace, sending shivers down her spine. Night fell, and the house's silence deepened. Strange noises, faint creaks, and whispers seemed to come from upstairs. Sara, standing at the foot of the creaking staircase, felt an unsettling chill. The darkness above felt thick and menacing, as if it were alive. Climbing the stairs, Sara's footsteps echoed through the empty hallway. The shadows seemed to move with her, quick and silent. At the end of the hallway, a dark shape flickered against the wall. Almost too fast to see, she turned, but the hallway was empty. Shaking off her fears, Sara retreated to her bedroom, closing the door behind her. She tried to convince herself it was just her imagination. Yet, the cold, oppressive air and the lingering sense of dread made it impossible to relax. As she drifted into a fitful sleep, nightmares haunted her. The house's dark presence loomed in her dreams, a shadow creeping through its halls. Waking with a start, she found the room colder than before, her breath visible in the icy air. The next morning, Sara sought answers in the village. Mr. Collins, an old shopkeeper, listened to her tale with growing fear. He warned her of the house's dark history, how it preyed upon those who stayed too long, its shadow always waiting. Returning to the house, Sara tried to shake off the warning. But even in the harsh light of day, the house seemed shrouded in darkness. Shadows slithered along the walls, moving with a life of their own, as if the sun's light couldn't penetrate their reach. Passing a mirror, Sara saw a shadowy figure standing at the end of the hallway, visible only in the reflection. She turned quickly, but the hallway was empty. The mirror seemed to reveal a truth that the darkness outside kept hidden. Night returned, and with it, the house's ominous presence. The lights flickered and died, plunging Sara into darkness. Her phone screen, now a glitchy mess, was useless. The only sound was her own frightened breathing and the slow, deliberate footsteps approaching from the hallway. Fear took over as Sara bolted down the hallway. The shadow was relentless, closing in with every step. She raced to her bedroom, slamming the door behind her, but the sense of being hunted only grew stronger.
Oh my God!
Inside the bedroom, Sara frantically pushed furniture against the door. The shadow's presence was unmistakable, now looming, encroaching. The darkness pressed in from all sides, suffocating and implacable. Cornered and trembling, Sara faced the shadow that seeped through the cracks. Its form was formless, shifting, but its gaze was palpable, cold, and inescapable. The air around her grew denser, the weight of its malevolent presence crushing. Sara's screams were swallowed by the encroaching darkness. The shadow enveloped her completely, its cold, dark tendrils wrapping around her. As the shadow consumed her, her struggles grew weaker until they ceased altogether. Morning arrived, and the village was bathed in sunlight. But the house remained silent, its secrets hidden behind closed doors. The air inside was still, heavy with the weight of what had transpired. Sara was gone, but the shadow remained. The house stood as a silent sentinel waiting. The shadow was not gone. It lingered, ever hungry, ever patient. It awaited the next soul to cross its threshold, for the darkness within never truly fades. It waits, and it watches, always ready for the next one.